This is Father Dominic Holtz coming to you from Rome, Italy, with a word of hope for December the 26th, the feast of St. Stephen, the first martyr, and the second day of Christmas. There's a custom in England where on the celebratory Christmas meal, people wear brightly colored paper crowns. It's a way to add to the joy and jollity of the day, and also to keep everyone from being too serious, to in fact appreciate the joy of the Word made flesh. Today we celebrate another crown, St. Stephen, whose name in Greek means crown, but we celebrate in a way a much more terrible crown, the crown of his martyrdom. St. Stephen was stoned to death, and I wish I could say that this was a form of execution that didn't exist anymore, but terribly and sadly in parts of the world it still does. Nonetheless, St. Stephen received his death with joy. He saw the heavens opened and saw the Son risen from the dead, seated at the right hand of the Father. He lived then in faith. He was moved by hope to know that this too would be where he would end up, in the joy of the Father. And so in charity, he was able to pray for and even love those who stoned him to death. It was for this kind of crown that the Word was made flesh, not a crown of gold, but the crown of thorns. Jesus came to live among us, not simply, of course, to have a life of terror and horror, but he came as an infant child amidst the joy of that Christmas night, ultimately to die, but to die so as to rise again and live so that we might live forever with him. This is the mystery of the Word made flesh, and it's the mystery into which we have been invited. We are called to put on a crown, not merely the paper crowns that the English do, but the glorious crown that Stephen put on, the glorious crown that Christ himself wears, the crown of glory with the Father to share his life forever. And that, my brothers and sisters, is a word of hope.